came up with my username back. It has to be at least 10 years ago. When or 10, more than 10 years, because my first online game was Command Conquer Renegade, which is a FPS of the famous Command Conquer series when it comes to GDI versus NOD. And I came up with my name there just randomly. It's just a random name I came up with. I took some letters, scrambled them together, and came up with it.
So my username was given to me by my parents, just like my real name. And my first online game was Club Penguin. So I was like, yo, what is this username thing? And they were like, I don't know, like just make it something like icy or whatever. Because it was Club Penguin, snow, ice, whatever, penguins. And then so that didn't work, and then it's like, okay, add another icy. And so eventually it just became Icy 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 1. And then I obviously shortened that when I came to Overwatch and like CS and stuff.
I came up with my username because I used to really like mythology, and when I was growing up, Aether was one of the first gods that was told of, and he's basically the god of the sky and space and stuff, and I also really like space, so yeah.
I came up with my username Misru at 8 years old when I was opening my Minecraft account. Yeah, yesterday when I was 8 years old, yeah. So I just needed a name, and I'm a very uncreative person. And the minimum amount of letters that you needed to make an account in Minecraft is 3. So I just I took my hand and just smashed my keyboard as hard as I can, and it came out to something like HTTP ZX LMA, like that. So I just erased everything until HTTP, and that's what I've been going with for the entirety of my career.
So my username Foggy Bear. It's a play off of my last name. So my last name is Fosel. It's public information, so I don't mind saying it. So it went from Fosel to Faux to Foggy, and then my IRL friends just made Foggy Bear, and they just kept calling me Foggy and Foggy Bear. So.
Well, my username is. It started on Xbox Live with my group of real life friends. We each had a O space whatever. Mine was Kaboom in this case, and the space Z. So, and I've had that for what, 12 years now, 13. But I think when I got Steam in 2010, I dropped the O and just became Kaboom. So I've had that ever since.
Okay, so actually, this one's like really lame. But like, so I'm studying chemical engineering at university, and so like I wanted my username to reflect something like about me, like be part of like my person, and so I picked carbon mainly because carbon's like the most important element, like for us, because like everything is like carbon based life. It's like, you know, who doesn't want to be important? And then the reason it starts with a K instead of a C is I picked this name when I was playing Rainbow Six, and like you couldn't have duplicate names with other people. It's like carbon with a C was already taken, and so that's where carbon with a K comes in.
So I was playing League of Legends with my friends in high school in like 2014 or something, and I was in between usernames, you know, and you're like, oh man, this last username, this was terrible, I want to change it. So I was in that phase of my life, and then one of my friends was just talking to me, and he's like, here, one sec, I'll be right back, I'm getting swagged by my mom. And I'm like, wow, that is so profound and incredible. And then that was my name ever since. It's kind of a mistake, but you know, I like it. It's really me.
Way back in like beta of Overwatch, I was in a friend group that all had different food names. At the time, my battle tag was my real name, which was Chastity. And then I made friends with a bunch of people that had really weird names like bread or milk or burrito or tea or things like that. And I asked them, like, why are you guys all food related names? And they're like, oh, well, we're called the Leftovers. We're a group of friends. We're no one's first pick, but we're the Leftovers. And they said, you should join us. And we all talked about it, and they were like, Cupcake's such a good name for you. You're just a little cute little cupcake. And I was like, okay. At the time, I was like 16, just very, very shy, didn't really talk on mic, so it fit me very well. And now it just kind of stuck, so.
It's just my ARL name. It was a handle that I had since I was in elementary school. When I was playing Neopets, it was actually something that my dog is that I yoinked from like a Neopet that I adopted from the pound, and I thought it was really cute. And so then I just took it, and now it's my handle for everything.
A long time ago, I used to play Dota, and I watched some Chinese guy that played really well with Pudge, and I loved Pudge, and his nickname was Nada. And I'm sure it doesn't mean the same thing as it means here in Brazil. Nada means nothing in Portuguese, you know. And I liked it, so I took it from him.
I played for a local Halo team with a bunch of friends in high school, and we were all a little bit of that try hard of you gotta have the quick, easy to mention names. And I had the easiest job, which was just watch the snipers back and sit there. So I was guard.
So basically, I used to be in the Pokemon community, and there was a thing where basically everyone's name basically had adjective and name, and usually the name was something based around a Pokemon. So I just went. I've been going for dark Pokemon for like low ages. So I went for like Absol. I think I went for Glade, what isn't a dark type Pokemon, whatever, and Crocodile. So I was like, yeah, Crocodile, and I need like an adjective because the Crook was taken. So I was like, yeah, the Master Crook, and I went with that. Yeah.
I made it a long time ago for my first RuneScape account. I wanted something that was important to me, so I took the first initials of my siblings and my cousin's name, and I put them in the order by age, and they just happened to spell rude, so I kept it since then.
In junior high, way back, there was a basketball player by the name of Spud Webb, who was extremely short and played basketball in the NBA and won a slam dunk contest. And I was trying out for the basketball team, and I was still extremely short. And someone exclaimed or shouted out, "Hey, look at Spud go!" And it just, after that, it literally stuck to me like glue. It took on a life of its own. And somehow over the years, Spud morphed into Spudman, the Spudman kind of a thing. And it just, that's over 30 years ago. So it's stuck like glue for 30 years. So.
My name is Zach, and I like the hero Bastion in Overwatch, so I put them together.